Okay, I had a little bit of a brainwave today. I realized I forgot on Windows you can use things like sysinternals and process monitor to look at stuff. And I think what's happening is that when the GCE wants to change mode, as in what it's going to emulate, the Zoom is copying data to a somehow either from the web or whatever to a model.zsp and then loading that to the pedal. So what I've done, I've put it in, I'm going to check it into the Git so you can look at it if you want to play along. So what I've done is to capture the change to B3n. So you see, I'm monitoring what's being sent versus what's being received, and I'm putting some comments in, and then we'll see in a minute what we're doing. So the very first thing, the 50 here, is turning into PC mode. Sorry, into editor mode. This then says, "What the hell are you?" Um, and it should have been set up to be a G5n. I think is what I set it up to be. We'll find out in a minute. We'll do it in a minute. This turns the editor mode on, PC mode on. Damn, I'm tired and I haven't had enough beer. And then these various commands get sent and it receives stuff back. Yeah, and that's model in there somewhere. Model.zsp. Yeah? And this basically says, do you exist? And if you get the right response back, you exist. And then you say, hey man, I want to send a file. Okay. I've got to, first of all, I'll use I'll use the proper version. Up one, up another into B1 X4, and then editor on. So we should be able to run the editor on, and that should turn it into the editor mode. Now what we should be able to do is to ask what model it thinks it is. So it thinks it's a 6E000, which I think is a B1X. So one way to check that would be to go to my page. So here's the README. Again, I did brick this at one point. So if you follow along with this stuff and you brick your pedal, I'm not responsible. I'm sorry. But they're quite cheap at the end of the day and it's more fun. So what do we say? 6E000. I can't read it. 6E000. 60. Oh, sorry. I'm wrong. Look, it's a G5n. I did put it into G5n mode. Okay, so I put it into G5n mode. So right now, I use the Guitar Lab on the PC, the Windows PC, to turn it into the 6E whatever mode, and therefore G5n. Now what we're going to do is to run this experiment. So I had to change the code to make certain it works. So let's see /test model. So what I'll do is I'll start that. And what I'll do now is I'll open another window in the background so we can see what it's doing. CD / software / zoom pedal fun / what's it going to be? GCE. Yep. GCE / initial experiments. So if we tail, if I can spell properly, hell, tail -f check if makes B3.n. What's happening is that the program is reading through that initial file that we got. It's finding anything that starts with send with a colon, and then it's sending that string, and it's pausing about 1 second between each input. So if it's 1,000 lines, 1,000 seconds is, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just pause it at the moment. So this one says, go find the first zoom pedal thing you can find. If there's only one plugged in, it works. Yeah. Let me say it's going to go put the data into check if makes B3n. And let me say for each thing that's got a send, okay, I don't search for the colon, at the beginning of the line, then I should basically echo that string to the out file, which is check if it makes it. And then I should send the MIDI string into a temporary file. And then I see what I do, a mistake there. Idiot. So TM is a binary file, then I make it an ASCII file, then I go and cat the binary file into an ASCII. That's my mistake. I'm an idiot. Yeah, we can change that. Okay, I probably should have put a timer on that. Probably work out from the file. Okay, it says it finished, and it said it sent that. Okay, So that's what it, sending next command, that's what it received. Yeah, look, 04. See, 6040. 040, I predict, is a B3n. Let's check. Yay. So, as far as I can tell, it's a B3n. So this has worked, yeah. So we have basically taken the set of code that the pedal uses. What I'll do is I'll make similar decodes for the other modes, and then I'll try and trim it down. But basically, if you want to follow along, and again, if you brick your pedal, please don't blame me. You're an adult, I hope. If you're not, ask an adult while you're looking at my channel. Does say it's not made for kids yet. So mainly because we were bored of pants off kids, and anyone actually as it goes. Anyway, so here we go. We've got the basic. We send the PC editor on. We ask what emulation you in. We send the PC mode. We send various stuff. And at one point, if we look in here for 45, maybe, yeah. Look, so this is basically sending a patch. So this is sending a specific patch. Let's find the next one. We can find this out because we look at the. See if I can find it. F052.006E44. Yeah, so this tells you the patch format because at this point, I don't know if, yeah, at this point we must have got ourselves into the new mode. Why do I say this? Because this 16 here, in fact, it's a endian issue, right? This number is really 116 in hex. So 128 for the top one plus 16 in hex is 16 and 6. 16 and 6 is 22 plus 128 makes 150. So this says there's 150 patches in this machine. The 705 is repeated, so I guess it's 578 in fact, isn't it? To use the same logic if we reverse that. So that must be some sort of block size or something. I'm not really certain. I suppose it's 5 128s plus 78 in hex. And same thing again, then it repeats the 116. And then this is like the number in a bank or whatever, 3 in a bank. 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So 0, 1, 2, 3. And then it'd be 4, 0, yeah, 4, 1, 4, 2. So this is sending all the patches, okay, which isn't strictly necessary if you want to start again. But I mean, I suppose, yes, it is, I guess, if you're setting the state of a machine. Actually, I suppose it is. I'm being a moron, aren't I? Because the chances are that when you reset the device, it doesn't know what the hell it is yet. So you have to set it up. But the main thing is that by the time we get to the 44 command, 6E44, by the time we get to that sort of area, I can't find it now. 6E, 1G, 6E43. By the time we get to here, this command is saying, hey man, how many patches do I have? So by the time we get to here, we've already changed it into the machine. Yes, it's become a new machine, but it's just blank. So I'll stop at this point because I've already said too much. But I'll at the weekend. Well, I won't actually because I've got things to do. But next week I'll basically try and get the replays for the other modes, and then work out if it's possible to reduce it to a minimal set, because you can always load patches at a different rate. So basically, what this says, in a rambling way, and I'm sorry, but I'm kind of excited by this. I've taken a pedal that was in G5n mode and then on a Raspberry Pi turned it into B3n mode. And I'm pretty convinced we can basically follow the same pattern to turn it into the other pedals. So I think we've come a long way here. And what's missing is the patch format for these other non standard, or sorry, for the non B1X4 and the 1X4 series, yeah, the 1.4 series. So Mantro's sorted that patch format out. Now we need to look at what's it like for the other patches. But the deep irony is that's already been done on ToneLib. So we got enough information if we could find the ToneLib people to say, hey guys, this allows us to basically control the GC3E, and then once you've turned it into that mode, just start treating it as if it were a pedal you already understand. And that's really my plea. The only difference I would say is what Munchwell's done smarter, and I'm making use of, is um, he's looking at the catalog. So in my earlier videos, you see what I'm doing is saying, hey, pedal, I don't know who you are. Tell me all about yourself. And so I can know what effects you got on there. I can know the bitmaps. I can know everything about it. I don't have to guess and get it wrong. So, when people do this injection of firmware stuff, which by the way, Mindful can do, so when they inject new effects into the firmware, the ToneLib and other sort of programs are not able to understand the new effects. But the way we're doing it here, we are able to understand the new effects. So it'd be really nice to work with Gadwin or whatever and get this checked in, particularly if you report it to a Pi. Anyway, I'm stopping here. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.